Peace, everybody. My name is Khadirah Muhammad, and today for my coding class, I would like to take you all through the simple operation lesson in Solo Learn. So let's get started. Here's a simple operations, and it says Python has the capability of carrying out calculations. Enter a calculation directly into the Python console and it will output the answer. So here's the example as 2 plus 2, which of course is equal to 4. And then there's 5 plus 4 minus 3, which is equal to 6. And you can make sure these are correct by using a calculator. So let's move on to the first question. What does this code output? So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So that's the answer, 6. And we are correct. Move on to the next thing. Python also carries out multiplication and division. Using an asterisk to indicate multiplication and a forward slash to indicate division. Use parentheses to determine which operations are performed first. So in the example, it has 2 times 3 plus 4. And of course, I'm not sure which grade it was, but I learned that please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, like parentheses, exponents, and like so on. So in this example, you would do the 3 plus 4 first, which would be 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 7 times 2 is 14. That's how they got the answer. And you see how they use the asterisk for the multiplication. And then on the second example, it's 10 forward slash 2 or divided by 2. And that would be 5.0. So let's move on to the question. Okay. Which option is output of this code? So it's 4 plus 8 divided by 2. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Oops, wait a minute. It must be the one up there. Boom. Correct. Okay, let's move on. The minus sign indicates a negative number. Operations are performed on negative numbers just as they are on positive ones. So the example has -7 and the output would be -7, and then -7 plus 2 times -4 is 20. So you may need to use a calculator for this. Okay, fill in the blank to make this code correct. So the only blank they have is by the 5. And since we were just talking about negative numbers, that's the only thing like you could put. So let's see. Correct! Whoop, whoop. Okay. Next and final. Dividing by 0 in Python produces an error, as no answer can be calculated. So in the example, they have 11 divided by 0. So it says trace back most recent call last. Oh, I can't really read all that. But you all can see the example. Here it is. So let's move on to the last and final question. Drag and drop the answer that will cause a 0 division error. So here in the example it has 17 plus 94 divided by -5 plus blank. Okay, so you will have to make this over here equal to 0. And if you paid attention in class when you were younger, you know that in order to make a negative a zero, you have to add a positive number. Like in this example, it'll be -5 plus 5, because if you look on a number line, if you go to -5 and then you count back +5, it leads you to 0. So let's see if this is correct. And we are correct. And that was the lesson in Solo Learn dealing with simple operations. Now I want to show you all what I want to make with Raspberry Pi. So I was debating on a picture frame that like makes a slideshow with the pictures, or a picture frame that has the weather. And I think I'd rather do the one that shows the weather, cause every time you walk out the house, you want to know what the weather is. So I guess this will be more helpful in my house. Uh, Yep, and here is a better picture of one. So I want to thank you all for listening, and I hope that you learned something. Peace.